Welcome, I'm Bev Adams. I own an independent paper crafting business showcasing products from Stampin' Up! I made this cute corner tuck card with products from Stampin' Up! You can make this card too. I sell these products and also a few other items to make crafting more convenient. I have the free detailed directions for this project on my website, and you'll be able to just click the links for the products that you would like to be taken to my online store at Stampin' Up! You'll see where to find all of that at the end of the video, so don't worry about taking notes. It's time to put stamps, ink, and paper together. I'm using the Friendly Hello stamp set and the Designer Series paper that is a very good coordinating Designer Series paper, and you can get these both free as a bundle during Sale-a-Bration. Sale-a-Bration is our big sale from Stampin' Up! That you can get free products when you order other products. This is one of our level 2 offerings that if you have a $100 order in the US, you get both of these. Let me show you some of this gorgeous paper, and you'll recognize some of these same images. You've got the flowers, and some of it is stamped with black on the printed paper, and you can do the same thing with the actual stamp and just highlight maybe these flowers. So I used this piece that is 4.5 by 3 1/4. This that's 1 by 4. This piece is 5 1/4 by 4. I've also got some shaded spruce cardstock. This is my card base, and it's kind of an odd size for me. It's 4 1/4 by 6 3/4, but it is scored at 5 1/2, so you get your basic card size 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 to fit in our medium envelopes. And I also have 2 pieces of basic white. These are exactly the same, 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. I also have a strip that's at least 3 inches by 1 1/2. Since I'm using the striped pattern and I wanted it to go on the corner, I need to cut this funny so I can get the stripes going the way I want it. I'm also making a triangle with this square of shaded spruce. This piece is 2 3/8 square. So I'm going to cut my shaded spruce at an angle by putting the corners in the track of my paper trimmer. And make sure they stay put. Cut those. And then I'm going to put this piece centered here. And you can see that the 3-inch piece comes to just inside that triangle. And so on the back of this piece, I'm going to mark it. This is actually halfway, so it's 1 1/2 inches. Then I need to cut this from this mark and to this corner. So I put those both in the track. And from that same mark to this corner. So then this piece, if I've done it all correctly, should fit right in there. And that's perfect. I can go ahead and put this fresh freesia piece on the inside of my card. And you can use whatever adhesive you like to use for this. And I'll go ahead and put this strip on this flap. I don't think I finished telling you what I'm using. I'm also using some of this 1/4 inch black and white gingham and some classic MAC dots. And my ink is the Tuxedo Black Memento ink. I'm going to go ahead and tie a knot around my flap here. And I always leave my ribbon attached to the spool. I'm left-handed, but I think that this is the same way right-handed people tie a knot. I put the short end on the right side so I can go right over left. And I find it handy to have my third hand. And then left over right, and the left one is that same piece that I was using before, and I'm pulling the short end tight and snugging the long end, the end that's attached to my spool, a little bit tighter, and that gives a really pretty knot. And then just trim my ends. If you don't have everything exactly centered, you can slide that around at this point. Okay, now I need to do some stamping on this piece. And I'm starting by stamping the greeting. This is going all the way in the bottom right corner. And then I'm stamping this bird. This flower that's under the bird's belly is going to be lined up with the H in hello. If you would like, there are some other images that you might want to stamp with. Maybe I'll use this flower. And I might want to stamp that in the corner down here. Let's go right here. And let's make the postal carrier happy by stamping it there on the envelope too. Then we'll put this layer on my other piece of basic white and just center it on that piece. We are going to put this here, and it's just going to be adhered by this little piece on the flap. So we want to give it as much adhesive as we can. I want to put adhesive here, and I don't want to put adhesive at the top and bottom, and I want to be sure and get adhesive all the way here. So I'll go ahead and put adhesive here on the very edge, and then I want it on this very edge, so I'm going to hold it near there just so I can spot how far the adhesive should go. Once I have that adhesive, I can center this and just close the flap. And it should be perfectly centered and have lots of adhesive to hold it there. This one we want to put on the inside, and if we miss where it goes, it will be showing here. They are exactly the same size. So what I'm going to do is turn this over to the back side and put adhesive here. And then line these up exactly. And it's going to be really easy to keep them lined up by just closing the back of the card over the front. Putting this triangle, the DSP triangle, on the shaded spruce triangle. Have adhesive on the close to edges, so I'm going to pick it up with my tweezers and line that up. Then I'm going to put this on with dimensionals. You can use the big dimensionals and cut them down, but we have these little mini Stampin' Dimensionals, which make it easy. Put one in each corner. We do not want any dimensionals on this long diagonal side, but we do want to put one in between just to be sure it holds down right where we want it. And then we want to put this piece exactly in the corner. I'm going to use 3 of the small adhesive dots, and I'm going to put them on this side. On one of my samples I put here, and it looked like, I think they're called ellipses, those dot dot dots. And I am using the edge of the cardboard to line these dots up, using my take your pick tool, picking one up and setting it next to the cardboard. And so this is just using this to keep my dots in line. And that's it. Do not miss Sale-a-Bration. It ends in just a few days. And so you want to get this stamp set and the Designer Series paper right now. Don't wait. Here is the web address for this project, where you'll find the free directions and links for the products I used. You can click individual products or the Add All to the cart. You will be able to remove products you don't need or add more products. I have lots of resources on my website. Most of them are free. It's easy to miss some of those resources or to get lost exploring. Let me take you on a quick tour. Just under the banner image are 6 links. Under Shop, you'll find links to the products from Bev, shopping strategies, my frequent shopping points, and a sampling from the clearance rack. Under Inspiration, you can link to scroll all of my projects since 2011. The products may be retired, but you may be inspired by a layout, color combination, or a technique. I have the basics, where I've written about stamps, ink and paper, cutting, adhesives, and my favorite tools. You'll find a link to Techie Tips and an easy link back to my latest post. Click on Getting Organized, and you'll find some of my resources for stamp case slips, product labels, large labels for Designer Series paper, and more. Case inserts for dies, embellishments, and anything I think might fit in a stamp case, including ink refills. You'll also find color tools and charts, a practically free stamp pad storage solution, tabs and a quick reference for the annual catalog, and plans for toolkits. I have a video of my craft wall and more. Click on Evernote Current Products and you can learn how to share my notebook. This notebook has a note for every current product from Stampin' Up! It allows you to search by color, image, product type, word, phrase, or event, and more. I include French, German, and Dutch names and numbers when available, and the prices for all the markets. Evernote synchronizes on your phone, tablet, and/or your desktop or laptop computer, so you can look through the Stampin' Up! Catalog from anywhere, anytime. You can copy my notes for the products you own so you can find just what you're looking for. When products retire, I move them to the Retired Products Notebook, which I also share, and I host a notebook for Paper Pumpkin. Click on Sip Together and then Let's Stamp to come stamp with me or join my Sip Together team. There's also a link to learn a bit about me. The sitemap will help you navigate all these links from one page. And there are quick links along the side of my page. Shop Now takes you to my online store at Stampin' Up! You'll see the current host code. It would be a great help to me if you use that if you are ordering less than $150. You can click on the current catalogs to page through them online. And I've got a link to a color lab to get color combinations. And then there are my links to my 5 most recent posts. Thank you very much for stopping by and hope to see you soon.